From the Bootstrap document, let's see how collapse item works. Under components section, there is a collapse, and then here is the information. As you click on the link, some part of the information shows up. As you click it again, it disappears. It looks like it is a collapsible display is there. How do we make it happen using Bootstrap classes as follows? So you have a element here, and they give some button shape, and then there is a link with the href. In href, you give a unique ID there, and that ID matches with this div part there. In this div part, div element, give a class collapse, and this ID and then href pound ID are connecting together. So this div element is collapsed or displayed as you click a link. So that's how it works. This is to show with a button there. So what we need is a element and then div element to control collapsible or not. What we are going to do is we are going to wrap up the whole thing into a div so that we can create one div which wraps everything for each record. So first, we need to create a top level wrapper there. So let's first create a top level wrapper, const top. Let's call it top div. Within this div element, we are going to give a tag and then a div for information there. For this top div, we are going to give a class list. Add the class list we are going to give is a margin at bottom 2. So we are going to display each record stacked together. We are going to give some blank there. Now let's create a tag. Is there. In the a tag, we need to give several class lists. These are auto-generated code. What class we need to add is something like this as you need. So button primary like that. So what I'm going to give here is a btn class, and then btn secondary is a gray color. So there, and then btn small size button. That's what I'm going to give as a decoration of a tag. And then from the document, what we need to give minimally is a data bs toggle with a value of a collapse and an href, and give the ID of the div we are going to create. So this is the attribute part. How do we add this a set attribute data bs toggle is a collapse, and then next one is we need to give href attribute. Href attribute is directly available. There we need to give a unique ID. So the unique ID, how we are going to assign is something like this using backquote as a string template. First give a pound record. Let's give and then followed by record parameter has a document ID, which is uniquely generated by Firebase Firestore for each document. So this ID will be unique. As the document says, in href we give a pound and then ID. That ID should match with this div area. So href is done, and then as a visible part of a element link is text content. What I'm going to give is the timestamp of the gameplay when the game was played. So we have a timestamp there. So using data class, we can use a timestamp, And then this converts into human readable format of the time. So since timestamp is just a number of milliseconds, and then to local string gives a more human readable form of the date information. So that one will appear as a link of the A element. Then let's append the A element to the top div. So one portion of the collapsible one. So this part of the collapsible one is done. Now let's create the information area there. So information area, we need a div. So collapse div is needed. So that part is a collapse div here. And then to the collapse div, let's add class names. So class list, add collapse. So this one we add this part, and then we need to give ID. Collapse div ID is the one we have assigned for A element. Without the pound sign. Pound sign is only for A element, so we need to give without the pound sign here. So now this div and an A element is linked together, and then the remaining part is the actual information in the inside the div with the class card and the card body. Card is some view defined by Bootstrap, looks like a card, so let's use that one. So collapse div inner HTML, let's use back quote is there. In the back quote, what we are going to do is something like this. Auto-generated code mostly okay. So let me just edit those code. So we have a div inside the collapse div, the card and card body, the card and card body. So this part we can edit as we need. So in the inside, first let's give gameplay strategy. Gameplay strategy is record game strategy. That is the one we have defined there. So versus a human or versus a computer or random is there. And then number of moves is record dot moves is there. And who is the winner? Let me just give moves. And the winner, so winner is record winner is there. So those information we are going to display that once the collapse div is complete. To the top div we can append it as a child. So let's see how this works. Shift reload. No gameplay records to at usio.com. So log out. The data is at 1@usio.com. So enter, close, and then we have an error. So error is failed to execute the append child on node parameter is not type of node. So play record view line 48. Play record view line 48. Append the child so cannot be done, and record the view, and the record this function should return. So once everything is done, we need to return top div we have created so that it can be appended. So that was the error. Shift reload. Those information shows up now. Two records are there. As I click, it expands to show and then hide. Expand and then hide. So we have a collapsible element, and then each play record is given by the timestamp, and as you click, the details are displayed.